Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive. This time we're going to be jumping into a story that's shrouded in mystery and intrigue. We're going to be talking about Lady Jane Grey, the 9-Day Queen.
Yeah.
That's right. And to do this properly, to really understand it, we're going to be delving into this book, Lady Jane Grey, the 9-Day Queen. Hopefully by the end, we can all figure out what really happened to her.
Yeah, so this period, 16th century England, oh boy, religion and politics just completely intertwined, couldn't separate them.
It's crazy to think about, right? Like how different it was back then. So Lady Jane Grey, right? She wasn't just some random noblewoman who suddenly became queen, right? Like how did this even happen?
No, not at all. I mean, you got to think about her lineage. She was a descendant of Henry VII, great-granddaughter, in fact. So, that royal bloodline, that definitely played a role. But she was more than that. This was a young woman who was known for her intelligence. I mean, incredibly bright. And her devout Protestant faith. We're talking about a time when women weren't often given a chance to be educated, but she was fluent in Latin and Greek.
Whoa, really? Wow. That's crazy to think about. Like a teenage girl knowing all that
Hmm.
and being that devout too at such a young age. It makes you wonder, right? Like how much did her education, and especially with the whole, Reformation going on, how much did that shape her view of the world? Was she like a super outspoken Protestant, like actively going against everything?
Well, there's not really any evidence to suggest that she was, writing pamphlets or anything like that. But there's no doubt that her faith played a huge part in her life, especially when it comes to her marriage.
Well, yeah, that's right. So 1553, she marries Lord Guilford Dudley, right?
That's the one. And who was his father? John Dudley, the Duke of Northumberland. And this guy, he was King Edward VI's right-hand man, his top advisor. So you can see how this marriage was a big, big power play.
Wow. Okay, so this is way more than just a simple wedding. We're talking about politics, religion, power. This poor girl, she must have been under so much pressure,
All
right?
right.
I mean, how do you even navigate that world where everything's so intertwined?
You're telling me. And then you've got Edward VI himself, a young king, very devout Protestant. And he's got this huge worry hanging over his head. What if his half-sister Mary, who's Catholic, inherits the throne? He just can't let that happen. So he does something that completely shakes up the traditional line of succession. In his will, he names Lady Jane Grey as his heir.
Whoa, hold on. That's insane. Like completely skipping over Mary Elizabeth. Talk about a power move. What did people think about that? I mean, legally, did he even have the right to do that?
That's a great question. It definitely caused a huge uproar. People were questioning the legitimacy of it all. It basically threw the whole idea of royal authority into question. You can't just change the rules like that. It sent shockwaves through the country.
I bet. So here we have this young, intelligent, very religious girl, and suddenly she's thrust into the spotlight. She becomes queen. How does she handle all of that? Was she ready for it?